Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a micellar water with some of this beautiful black soap that we've been creating because I can. Now you can either turn this micellar water into one that you wash your face with, as we're going to do with the gingerbread little spray bottles, or you can turn it into a spray bottle that you can take with you as a toteable to sanitize as you go from store to store and as you're out in the community, which is really handy, especially if you're getting intoxicated by all the alcohol that we're rubbing in our hands. Sometimes it's a bit much, especially in the car when you're, sanitizing your masks and sanitizing everything. Yeah, so if you want to try that out, that one is coming as well. You can use it either way, but it is really, really great, especially if you follow up with a nice hydroxy rich toner or a hyaluronic acid serum. So get nice and clean, squeaky clean, and then bring the pH back down to where your skin likes it. All right, so if you want to learn how to do either of these things, please stay tuned. Welcome to my soapy kitchen. Today I'm going to make something fun, and we're going to take up the micellar water a notch and add some things to it that are going to make it wonderful. And since it's the holidays, I wanted some pumpkin cheesecake scented micellar, and because we've got all this lovely black soap, I've got some black soap in solution here. This is my Lux Black soap, which if the video is not up, it's coming up soon. There should be a black soap video about every month. Here we have some pumpkin hydrosol. So I took all of the skins and seeds and leftovers that we didn't eat and created a beautiful hydrosol, which will bring this pumpkin micellar up a notch. Now I've got about a teaspoon of black soap in here, which is more micelles than we really need for this type of product. So I've got it ready to go so I can make things with it. Now we're going to be making more things with this micellar water than just, it's a strong micellar. So I'm going to be making a spray. So I went to the dollar store, and you can get these again, yay, every once in a while. We're going to be fortifying it with a little bit of vitamin E, some peach glycerite, and some penstia powder. Now this is a polymer that I told you about before, and it's going to add slip, and because this is a product that stays on the skin, we want it to feel good. So we got to have it be more than just a film of soap left on your hands. And if you make your micellars too strong, that's exactly what you'll get, and we don't want that. So we don't want it too strong. So we're going to dilute with some beautiful hydrosols, add some humectants and nourishing things in, and a beautiful scent, and make it fantabulous. All right, so the first thing I'm going to measure out here, we'll move these back, is our penstia powder. Now since we're only making about 100 grams, we're going to need a tiny bit, so our top percentage is 5%, but we're going to use about 1%. So let's just tear this. So I believe I need about 0.25, which is still really nice and high for this amount of the powder, and hopefully 0.25 will fit in this little dish. Yeah, that's looking good. Got 0.15, 0.19, and 3 is too much. 0.3 is still too much. 0.28 is still too much. Add some back in. 0.25. I'll take a little bit of that out. 255. 254. 253. Ooh, I might actually get an exact here. 253 still. 251. I think we'll stop there because I want at least 0.25. All right, so a little of this goes a long way in this particular formulation. So we do need to use an immersion blender. So if you are making a tiny bit like I am right now, the immersion blender that you need is going to need to be tiny. So we got a tiny one here. So let's set this aside because we're going to put it in the water phase because, you know, that's what we got. Let's turn that off. Now I'm going to measure the next few ingredients, 50 of each. So we're going to use a syringe to take it up. With the soap. So we're going to go half and half. So we're going to want about 50. I'm going to go 55. I'm going to go 60 actually because it's 120 that I need. And if I have a little bit more, then that's okay. All right, so we'll set that aside for another day and another project. That does have preservative in it. I can put that straight into a foamer bottle if I want to make another black soap creation. I'm going to do a little tear here. And we're going to add the same quantity, 60 grams of pumpkin hydrosol. Now this is not a pumpkin tea. This is a distilled essence of pumpkin. Now, I'm not going to be able to pull out, so I'm going to have to be a little more careful. We're a little over. That's okay. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to add our Penzil. And we're going to take this away. Penzita. And we're going to give that a good blitz. That is definitely a micellar water. Check out all those micelles. See, I told you. I'm going to take away a little bit of those micelles. And the Pinsy is going to take a little more time. So we'll set this over here. Let the alcohol disperse and work on the next little bit. So what we've got here, we need to do our fragrance, our glycerin, and our vitamin E. And they are really, really tiny amounts. Really, really tiny amounts. I'm not sure. I think we're going to go this way. We're going to use one of these guys. And go back to my tiny scale. And we'll take this away, put the pumpkin hydrosol away, and back in its big container. Sorry. All right, let's turn this on. And we're going to add basically 0.1. So we're going to put a little bit in here. And then we're going to bump that up a drop at a time. Yeah. I'm going to go 0.2. 0.1 is so little. There we go. So it's about 4 drops, literally 4 drops. And we're going to do the same for the vitamin E. So we're going to bump it up to 0.4 here. Why did they put that kind of top on here? I don't know. Reducers don't work with thick liquids. Not well anyway. We've got a drop coming off, so I'm going to take it. That would have been a long time coming. So I'm going to use this one here again. We'll get us up to 0.4. There we go. Let's stick that in there. Waste not, want not. All right. And we're going to do the same once again with our glycerite. Just pour a little bit of that off. Bring it up to 0.6. There we go. And I'm going to do this. Now, the micelles provide a bit of emulsification. A lot of emulsifiers are micelle based, basically. So different types of surfactants are used in creating emulsifiers, which is pretty cool. I'm going to do this again. Make sure we get it all. There's still quite a bit in there. Oh, that's nice and strong. That little bit, that tiny little bit was plenty. Now keep in mind, you know, this is going to stay on your hands, but you could also use it on your face. So this is something you could use anywhere you want. Now we're having trouble with the Simusol, so I'm going to let it just sit and become one with the water before I do any more blending. Interesting. All right. When that is dissolved, we're going to give it about half an hour or so, because I want to keep this a cold process, because I don't want any of those volatile oils escaping into the ether. We will come right back. Okay, so the Simusol had a bit of a tendency to clump. So rather than using the stick blender, we're going to run it through here a few times and just work it through. Until all the big lumps are gone. Because I want it dispersed evenly throughout. One more time. So I've created a rich micellar water here. Now this rich micellar water can be used on your hands. There we go. Or, oops, your face to remove makeup. And it's going to protect you from viruses if you're using it as a hand sanitizer. So that's what we're doing with this batch today. So that's basically our intention for this product. And we are done. Just like that. So we'll put all of our stuff away for washing. Clean this up and we will give it a good, we'll bottle it together. Okay, if you're wondering where the scent came from, the pumpkin cheesecake and the pumpkin crunch, I got them from the candlemakerstore.com. Just in case you want to give it a go. Now I'm not going to have to pipe these in, but you are going to have to give them a little shake because that Penstia does not want to go into solution. I'm going to have to do a little more research. But for now, I get a couple of sanitizers for the car. They're going to do a little more for me. I'll go ahead and fill these up. Now be careful overfilling these kind of containers because they'll just overflow. Let's see. Eesh. It's going to be... We'll see. We'll see if those do completely, we'll give them 24 hours to completely dissolve. It's such a fine powder. I'm surprised that that I had any issues with it. So let's give this last little bit in our hands a test. And we'll see if it actually does give it a better slip. Does give it a better slip, and it dries without leaving a film-like feel on your skin, despite those extreme bubbles that you saw when we were doing the blending. So there we go. I'm going to go design a pretty label to put on these, and I will bring you right back when I've got the lovely label on them. If you enjoyed this, please click like and subscribe, and come on back to my Soapy Kitchen anytime. Bye for now. Happy holidays.